get started here. All right, welcome everybody to tonight. Oops, we got a little bit of feedback as we're kicking off. But anyways, welcome to tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we're going to be just sharing stories of health and people that have transformed their lives. So we do this periodically just because stories are so powerful, and we just love sharing them with you. So wanted to share a little bit about me first. My name is Brad Miller, and so my wife Ashley and I are both certified health coaches, and you just get me tonight because part of that reason is that we are certified health coaches is we're certified enjoying life. And this is my family. I have a new little guy that we are having fun and having a lot of activity with. He can actually already do more push-ups than his father if you look in the top right-hand corner. So mama is watching the little man right now. So, but this is me. I'm a certified health coach. I come from a long line of losers. So, and that's weight losers for those that don't know. My family combined has lost over 2,500 pounds, and I've just sat back and watched so many people really enrich their lives, which actually is what made me decide to become a health coach. And actually, if you want to know like my full short story is I actually just joined to help out my wife who wanted to become a health coach. Never dreaming that I'd fall in love with helping this many people, but I transformed my health. Me personally, I lost 25 pounds on this program at an early age. So not only did my family change their health and move their health forward, they actually helped me not go down the same road that they had because I was going down that same road. So that's who I am, and I'm really excited to get to share with you tonight. But who else is on the call tonight? It's really important and exciting because I looked at the group here, we have health coaches, we have clients on program that have totally transformed their health. Looks like we have some guests. That's also why we do this, because we want more people to know what this is about, because it's a little bit different than anything else out there, and that's also why it works and why it's so amazing. So I'm going to do my best tonight to kind of explain how that works, but we're also going to really explain some lives that have changed and how that's happened. So we're going to start with some stories of optimal health transformations and just people that have been on their journey. So before we hop into that, I just want to say welcome for being here. This is a habit of health. You guys are being in community with people, whether you're actually in person or online. You are like the people you surround yourself with, and you're 57% more likely to be healthy and at a healthy BMI if you surround yourself with people that are healthy and a healthy BMI. So let's share some of those stories, and I'm really excited because we're going to share some of them tonight, and we're actually going to kick off with Lori. So Lori, come on and share a little bit about your story. That would be amazing.
Thanks, Brad. Great to be here tonight. Again, my name is Lori, and I have been a Take Shape for Life client for approximately 7 months now. I've lost 57 pounds, feel absolutely amazing, and that's why I recently decided to become a health coach. Like so many other people, I have struggled since junior high with weight issues, tried everything, nothing worked, but what impressed me most about Take Shape for Life was the coaching. My coach is absolutely amazing. He never, ever left my side. And it wasn't a cookie cutter weight loss program, one size fits all, so to say. My coach helped me with each and every one of my needs, and the resources that Take Shape for Life put out to me has been incredible. And I've used so many of them. The meals help with the weight loss, but it's the coaching to the healthy lifestyle that is the real program. And that's why I decided to become a health coach. I've always been a people person. I'm a nurse by trade. And so it was just a perfect fit, the Take Shape for Life family and community, to help me help other people reach their health goals.
Oh, Lori, I love it so much. Like your story, I mean, your background, you have a whole story of health that's just transpired. So, obviously, struggling with your health since junior high. I mean, what's the biggest thing that's come around for you now where you are now? What's the best thing about what's changed? I mean, what total has changed for you?
It's not a struggle anymore. I don't feel like I have to worry about, is this something that I can do for the rest of my life? Is this something that I'm going to stick to? It's just a perfect program that really teaches you a lifestyle. It is truly a lifestyle change that fits perfect with my life. Light exercise, and I feel so much better about just my daily activity. I don't wake up in the morning and think, can I do this? I go to bed every night and know that there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that I'm going to feel great for the rest of my life.
I love it. It's got to be such a big excuse the pun, but weight off your shoulders to just know that that's there. And it's so great. I mean, you can see the transformation on the screen, and there's so much behind that smile besides just what you're seeing on the screen. So much to the point where, I mean, I love it that, even, I mean, you do like boot camp stuff on top of, I mean, your health journey too, because I'll get to this later, but you can exercise on program or not to lose your weight. But even your instructor came by and was like, what are you doing? Because I don't see this normally, and I kick people's butts for a living. So that's just truly amazing. Congratulations, Lori. Actually, now, and what I want to do next is I actually want to take it and turn it over to your health coach. I mean, you spoke so fondly of him. So I'm actually going to bring on my good friend, Dan Rommaker. So Dan, can you come on and share a little bit?
Hey there, Brad. And I'm just so happy to be here amongst you guys. Lori, to hear your story, it's the reason why I do what I do. Chelsea and my wife, you see the picture of my wife and I. So Chelsea and I have always had a strong desire to help people. And it looked like, at the time, the academic avenue and medical field avenue. Chelsea is a registered nurse, myself, my involvement actually in childhood obesity research and application for med school. But, 3 years ago, we had kind of a eye-opening experience where we realized that we were like super out of balance. We were running 100 different directions between school and work and family and other responsibilities. And ultimately, it was our kids that were suffering the consequences of all that. And so with that energy out of whack and that time that was out of whack, it hurt me to literally tell my kids that, I don't have time right now to play with you, or I don't have the energy to play with you. It's hard, and I get a little teared up when I think about that. But it was stories like Lori. Now you see my mom and dad down there. You see my mother in the bottom right corner. My mom in her early 60s was transforming before our eyes, and she lost 65 pounds of weight, but she was gaining this life and this energy that I hadn't seen before. I think my whole life I hadn't seen. She was playing with the grandkids, going on hikes and stuff like that. And I'm like, Mom, what the heck are you doing? I have to know what you're doing. And she said, I'm working with a health coach. You should talk to him. And she introduced me to this community, this optimal health community. And I was welcomed with open arms. And I'm proud to say that Chelsea, my wife, and I lost, combined, we lost 60 pounds for ourselves, what we call our baby weight, with the Optimal Health program. But most importantly, we are now full-time, fully involved, fully active parents for our 3 kids. You see them in the picture there. Because of Take Shape for Life and because of this vehicle, our desire to help people became perfectly aligned and even more focused with what we know to be our purpose and our calling. And that's to unite individuals, unite a community like this, unite families to living our full potential and to creating a life around what matters most. And then to invite others to do that same thing. And, little did I know that walking in on my mom shaking this, I think it was pancakes in the little shaker bottle. Little did I know that this little meal that my mom was consuming, and as part of her plan to improve her health, would provide my family this amazing vehicle and this amazing community to where I didn't have to sacrifice 10 to 15 years away from my kids in med school and training. And so my encouragement to everybody on the line, because there's so many people here, my encouragement to you is come hang out with us. Explore this seriously for yourself, for somebody you care about, because it's only together, it's only in this unity that will literally drastically improve the life and health of Americans and eventually the world. So I'm just excited to be here with y'all.
I love it, Dan. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, I remember talking to your mom. That's how this community grows, is one person at a time. Because I remember when your mom called me, and I remember when she started her health journey, and I remember when you were intrigued, with all of your medical background and your desire on how you thought you would actually help America get healthier. I remember our first chat, and it's just cool to see the lives that you've changed. And the other things you can't tangibly explain to someone when they're going to start this program that's going to help them grab a hold of their health, what can actually transform in their life. So thank you so much, and congratulations, and thanks for paying it forward, because I mean, Lori's story just totally powerful. So thank you so much, and congrats.
Thank you, Coach.
So, you guys, those are some of the stories that we're talking about. That's why it's kind of hard to tell someone all about our program when we're getting started, or else people might think that we're crazy because we're talking about all these great things. But you can see what happens. You know, I heard someone say one time that yes, they needed to lose weight, but they didn't realize that weight was the barrier holding back almost every area of their life from thriving. So, you know, what about you? You know, I put this thing up here, and I love this because, you know, we live in America, and, you know, everyone's got an opinion about health, and everyone knows right which way. Put it out there on Facebook. Ask people what they know about health. They'll tell you how amazing it is, and they'll tell you the next quick fix. But we're so concerned about the hows and whats of health that a lot of people forget about the overall encompassing, which is why we want to get healthy, and the full idea of health behind it, which is why we call our program an optimal health program, because we want to encourage people to thrive in all areas of their life. Because our program just really includes weight loss. We talk about preparing for your journey. So that may be where some of you guys are tonight. You're maybe contemplating on a plan or already starting to make some of those healthy habits. We help people focus on reaching a healthy weight, not only because research shows what can the ramifications of just having 25 extra pounds going on around your midsection. You might be able to talk about all the great things you do in the exercise, but really it's a moot point if you have extra weight surrounding your organs. And I could go into the details of that, but it's really not important because we're talking about making a lifelong change. And then we talk about, reaching a healthy weight through our program, transitioning to healthy eating, optimizing for your age, and living a long, healthy life. So this is how our program works. It's really easy. And if you like simplicity, which I do, if I have to think harder than, or count higher than the number of fingers I have in my hand, it's too much work for me. So when I started this program, we have two options on how people can choose health. 5-in-1 program, which is our medical proven background of weight loss and how we help people lose weight quickly and effectively. And I could go into all the details, but feel free to reach out for more. But we have tons of accolades on why this is so great. Fast weight loss, you eat every 2 to 3 hours. It's clinically proven, and you can lose 2 to 5 pounds per week. And then 2 to 5 pounds average week after that. That's usually the weight loss that we see on plan, which is phenomenal while you're building healthy habits. And we also, so that's the 5-in-1 plan. We also have a 3-in-3 plan. Even if maybe you're already at an optimally healthy weight, but you don't have the routine down. And as a new parent, I'm so thankful for this plan, not only because we are healthy, not only because my wife 6 months after having our little guy is already back to her pre-pregnancy weight. She's happy about that. I hadn't gained any sympathy weight through the process. And also, when you have a little guy, it's hard to grab meals. So the 3-in-3 plan is what most people move into for their long-term health, or maybe come in at if they're already living a healthy lifestyle. Like Dan, you shedded some pounds, but you really started out with this program, and it's helped you optimize your health, and you're showing your family how to be healthy. So, 3-in-3 is a plan for you. We have those two plans that people come in on. And basically, this is what it looks like. You eat 5 MetaFast meals a day, which are meal replacements. They're high in nutrition. They're low glycemic. They have the same nutritional footprint. So you can just grab anything you want as long as you're eating every 2.5 to 3 hours, which is phenomenal because you're practicing a habit of health. And then 1 time a day, you eat what's called a lean and green during one of those meal times. It's where you prepare a healthy meal, lean protein, non-starchy vegetables, 3 servings of them, and you just focus on eating that. And then you don't forget the water. I mentioned before we started the recording about how important water is to living a healthy life. And so you just focus on drinking water, and the fat just melts off. So you saw just physically some of those results, and those are fast results. And the great part about it is it's sustainable because we're talking about taking health for life. So this is kind of an overview of our entire program, because we're not just telling people to diet. We're really the antithesis of a diet, because 85% of people that diet gain their weight back and then some within 2 years. That's national stats. But what we want to focus on is where most diets leave off, is after the weight loss and the habits you're building through the process. So we have our education system, which is our habits of health system. And we've also come up with creative ways to divide that up and get that to people. So we actually have online health challenges now. We have daily emails. But the habits of health is like the best guide. And that's ultimately what changed it for me. I did this program, and I didn't really get my head healthy until I read this book, and it all started to click for me. But not only that, but we pair you up with a health coach, someone that doesn't need to be like super amazing at knowing all the information, but just someone that's going to guide you on the same path they've been on. We also have community too. So this is actually one of our Zoom calls we did last night. Every week we have a health huddle topic that you can plug into, because community and support is huge. And then not only that, we obviously have the 5-in-1 plan or the 3-in-3 plan that helps you create that healthy balance for life. So if you're looking at getting started, if you're one of the people that aren't already on plan, that already haven't transformed your health or in the process of doing that, what I suggest is, this is knowing what our full program is about. So, when you start plan, we generally help people get started on their first month of program. You get a personal health coach, you get the program materials, community support, education, all the things I was talking about, and you get all of that for just $364.50 a day, which really breaks down to a little bit less than $12 a day. And what I love about this, because those that know me best know that I'm a self-professed analytical nerd, and I love numbers. So I remember bringing this program, and I was like, oh, it's going to cost us so much more, but it couldn't be more than $20 more than what we're spending today. And if you really, $20 a month more than what we're already spending on food. And when I looked at it, I was actually pleasantly surprised after our first month on program that we actually saved money from where we were spending it. Because really, you're just exchanging your grocer for an optimal health community, because this is the food that you're going to eat instead of the old unhealthy food or inconvenient food that you weren't eating before. And you're setting up yourself on a process to practice healthy habits through that while you're gaining weight, and probably are gaining health while you're losing weight. And one thing I love about this is that the best thing that comes with it is knowing predictable transformation, because you know that it's going to work. Because who trusts advertisements anymore? I know I don't, because some probably like high-priced marketing firm probably did something like to Photoshop the picture, and they probably did it a certain way to get you to do something. We don't trust people we don't know anymore. And this is real people with real results. So I just want to show you a picture of what's really cool about our community. And Dan and Lori were just a great example of this, but this is a good friend of ours, Don Chow. Don Chow lost weight on our program, changed her health and tons of other people's health through a friend of ours that we knew. She knew someone back home named Lori who lost weight. She's a Zumba instructor, and she paid it forward to her good friend Abby, who was watching it. And then Abby paid it forward to her good friend Andrea. And then Andrea paid it forward to Julie, who looks phenomenal at her wedding this year. And Julie paid it forward to Shauna, and so on. And that's just the real story. And that's kind of also, when we explain, it's kind of hard to explain because it's real people paying it forward. And which is really exciting, because when you're seeing success on program, and many of you guys are, guys, don't keep this to yourself. It's not normal what we do. And I'd like to joke often that the things that we see every day, like it's normal for us, they get tons of ratings and viewers watching it on live TV every single week, because they love to see the results that we see daily, because it's kind of like this mythical creature out there that people don't see this every day, but we see this every day, because this is what our program entails. And when people see this, and people see you, and people see the change, pay it forward. You can either refer or you can pay it forward yourself. Dan actually, I remember talking to him initially. He didn't think that he would actually be able to do this. He was just intrigued by the program. But you know what? Just getting themselves started on it, you can see all the people that they've helped through the process. So, there's why pay it forward. Maybe you're a client on tonight and you're seeing success in your health and people are noticing and you're trying to refer them or you're trying to explain it. And just in case you haven't thought about paying it forward, because, I'm very passionate about this, because I never thought that I would pay this forward. And honestly, there's no greater reward than helping someone. I always like to say, I remember when someone hit their first 10-pound mark, I was coaching, and I was just coaching to really help out my wife, who was really excited about this. I was hooked. So it does a bunch of things for you, but it reinforces your decision to stay healthy. It's a community of healthy people to stay in contact with. I still like to joke that all my best friends come in through this community of paying it forward. And we have a lot of fun. Actually, we were just in Orlando, Florida for our national convention, and we were just having a blast there. Dan, you and I were talking about on a Friday night when we all got together and went dancing with the party. I mean, a lot of people up on stage enjoying their health that's been transformed that wouldn't have got up and danced before. It was so much fun. To be in part of impacting someone's life, being part of something that's bigger than yourself. And the great thing about it is there's no right way to do it. You can do it part-time, full-time. There's great income for it. But really it's about creating a ripple effect and just saying, at the end of the day, wow, I'm really making a difference in somebody's lives. And I actually came up with a really good story that I wanted to share tonight, because really no one really embodies what I was just talking about better than my good friend Bobby Scott and her family. So Bobby, if you wanted to come on tonight and share a little bit about your family and how you guys have created health and paid it forward, I would love for you to share your story.
Oh, thank you so much, Brad. I appreciate the opportunity. First of all, I have tried everything possible to lose weight, only to put the weight back on. Anybody else have that same problem? Yeah. And then gain more weight after that. So this was my problem. And I even resolved myself to going to a doctor and being put on diet pills. And one day I was driving down the freeway and I got a uncontrollable rapid heartbeat, and I had to pull off the side of the freeway. And this is a side effect from these diet pills that I was on. I had to actually call my husband, and it was a very scary time. And I told him, I think I'm having a heart attack, honey. In thinking back on this story today, the crazy thing that I remembered about it all is I was eating a cheeseburger at the time. Swear to God. And I thought to myself, wow, that is messed up. Diet pills, eating a cheeseburger, not so good. So I was really at a bad place in my health. I was also doing boot camps only to get hurt. And then when I got hurt, I couldn't exercise because I thought that was a way to get the weight off. And then the weight kept creeping back on. I got put on blood pressure medications. I was sedentary, unhealthy, obese, and pre-diseased. Awesome. Not so much. So anyway, one of my friends, Ashley, who was a health coach, was on Facebook. And I kept seeing all these before and after pictures. And I thought, oh my gosh, I want to be that story. It inspired me so much. So I called up Ashley and I started. My very first week, I was so excited. My energy level was crazy up, and my scale was down. I just felt different, and I started feeling a lot more healthy. I picked up Dr. Anderson's Habits of Health book, and I just buried myself in it. And I started to learn the habits of health and how it could change my life. And boy, did it change my life. I lost 45 pounds, 24 inches in 5 months, and I've maintained it for almost 3 years now. I enjoy running. In fact, I've done 2 half marathons, one with my lovely daughter over here. And yes, she beat me. So anyway, healthy body, the first part of the Trilogy check. I then was invited to National Convention by one of my health coaches, Brad and Ashley, which was about 2 years ago, actually. I knew at that moment that I needed to be a health coach. I needed to pay it forward for the great blessing that that had been bestowed on me with Take Shape for Life. I came home so excited, and the first day I signed up my client, my very first client, and it was my husband. So it was so great. And I love paying it forward. I love walking alongside of my clients, and I get to help them get healthy. I want them to feel as good as I feel. It is truly a gift, and it is to be shared. And I just don't know why anybody else wouldn't want this. So coaching allows me to also nurture new relationships, as Brad alluded to. I enjoy hobbies and my passions. I help homeless animals, and I help with a pediatric support foundation locally. And it's so, not only has it allowed my body to change, but my mind has changed as well. I became part of a community of like-minded people, which is so much fun, and I just adore every single one of you. So my healthy mind, the second part of the Trilogy check. I experienced the full offer of the Trilogy, which is the third part, when I realized that I was looking at my bank account one day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's some money in there. How did this happen? Wait. You mean I get to help people and get paid for it? Amazing. Just amazing. And the cherry on top was that it was a lot of fun. So the third part of the healthy finances was the third part of the Trilogy check. But really, for me, one of the best parts is that it allows me to work alongside my husband, Mike, and my daughter, Megan, who's actually getting married in 3 months, by the way, who are now health coaches also. I'm so proud of them. I love them so much, not only for getting themselves healthy, because they both were clients at one point, but now they're paying it forward as health coaches also. So together, we're working towards the goal of serving others as a family. So at this point, I would just like to introduce my amazing, adoring husband that I just love so much to jump on the call and share a little bit of his story.
Thanks, babe. you can imagine what it was going through my mind when I got that panic call from Bobby on the side of the freeway saying she was having a heart attack and come get me. It's like, oh my gosh, it's about time to take serious what was going on in our issues. She says she was having a cheeseburger. Heck, I was stopping at 7-Eleven buying packs of cookies during my day, so I wasn't eating healthy. And I was one of those ones that was always trying to pack on weight when I was in school for athletics. I was always the skinny guy trying to pack on some extra pounds. So Bobby connected with Ashley. I just kind of sat back and watched a little bit and kept eating my Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzards over at Dairy Queen and any kind of ice cream I could get a hold of. But just eating the lean and greens that she had on the 5-in-1, I lost 10 pounds just doing that. Let's take this a little more seriously. So I then went on the 5-in-1 plan, and in 2 months, I lost 30 pounds. Got down to a healthy BMI, got everything under control, and it really worked. And then I sat back again. I was healthy. But then I listened to Bobby with her coaching and everything that she was going through, transforming lives and hearing these amazing stories. It's like, this is incredible. So I need to be a part of this community. I started attending local events with her and some regional events and then some national events. And I finally got it in Tucson at Go Global, had some great times there with you, Dan, and Brad, and had some great conversations. And it finally hit me, the full effect of the trilogy, healthy finances. This is great. You can have fun, join this community, and help people get healthy. It's amazing. I'm now enthusiastic about pursuing that part of this with Bobby and Megan. And speaking of Megan, it's not actually 3 months that she's getting married. I believe it's 2 months, 2 weeks, and 3 days from today. So to be exact. So just want to let you talk to Megan right now.
Hello, everybody. So my story is I have been an athlete for most of my life. I've played college soccer and spent pretty much every day working out and lifting. So you may think this sounds like I was being healthy and working out, but I actually wasn't. I was putting on pounds of muscle and not really caring about what I was actually putting in my mouth. I was gaining a lot of muscle and fat at the same time. I had seen my mom do this program and was inspired by her success. Towards the end of my soccer career, I knew I didn't want to be one of those ex-collegiate athletes who kind of lets themselves go and gains a bunch of weight. So I talked with my mom and I signed up to start the program. This program has completely changed the way I think about my health. I have lost 15 pounds and have been able to keep the weight off for about 1.5 years now. Now, as a teacher, I'm proud to say that I can actually walk into the teacher's lounge and not pick up any of the cookies or brownies or anything they have laying around there. So I am now ready to start this new chapter of my life as a wife and continuing this healthy lifestyle. And now I am paying it forward by helping others and coaching others that are my age and ex-collegiate athletes, and yeah, just paying it forward.
Oh, I love it, you guys. It's such a great example of just, I love it because you guys displayed like every aspect of it, which is totally amazing. It can help your family. And then, I mean, just like my family, like I didn't have to go walk that path like the rest of my family did. All the struggles they had, you know, I think the average, Terry, my mom is on the line, and I think the average weight loss in our family is well over 40 pounds. And it's like, I didn't have to go through that. And to give that, not only the example you're setting, but to give that to your family so they can live that on a younger age. It's amazing. So, and Bobby, you really set me up, because one thing we do talk with people about, ultimately we want to help them learn, is really focusing that health is not what you eat. It's not what you exercise. And I didn't really hit on this on plan. Or when I was talking about the plan, but you don't need to exercise to see these results. But healthy motion is a portion of our program. So if you are already exercising, we encourage it. We might have you tailor it so you see the best results. But we also encourage people to get active. It's all about building habits. But through this process, you know, you see on the top right-hand corner, it's about organizing life around what matters most. And that involves more than just what we put in our mouth and what we do for exercise. It involves healthy body, so physically and how we feel. It involves a healthy mind, you know, friendships and relationships. And also healthy finances, you know, what they're talking about. And I love the way you said it, because it's kind of like we have like a family here. It's like you pass it down the line of generations. That's exactly how my parents became coaches. They just did this to help our family. They didn't even know they were going to get paid. It was bonus. Same thing with us. We couldn't believe that we were getting paid for helping other people. It was just a natural effect. And then Bobby, you're the same way. I just love that that's how you saw it too, because you were just helping people. You're more excited about that, and that's just a bonus on top of it. So, paying it forward. And for you, some of you guys are on the call tonight because you're just like, great, I'm already on plan. I'm doing great. I love it. I'm telling people. I want to know like if coaching would be a fit for me and what it looks like. And in the shortest amount of time possible, I'll just say it can look like whatever you want. You're becoming part of a community, and really, if you're becoming a coach, you're just taking the next part of your journey, which is paying it forward. If you help one person, it's phenomenal. And just to kind of give you an example of why we do this, I have someone that is a very high profile person, and they referred my wife and I probably a total about 50 people over the course of about 3 years. And when that person also finally decided to become a coach 3 years later, you think they wouldn't have anyone left because they hadn't referred anyone to us. They have at least 24 people in the next 2 months that once they made the decision to become a coach, the other people in their life want to become healthy too. So it's just the next iteration of your program. You can help one or you can help 1,000, whatever it is you want. And you can always do way more than you think is possible. But really, I love this explanation here because this is really what we talk about, the red spot on the screen where purpose is at. Is because I've always wanted to live a life on purpose that had value and gave value to other people. So this is such a true representation of what this is. So, we talked a little about compensation, and just so you can have an idea, we don't talk about it very much, but our compensation is extremely amazing just for helping a few people. Like here's just an example. So the average people, if you're going to help someone come on, everyone knows at least 5 people that wants to get healthy and probably are chasing you down or secretly want help on our program. And they're just waiting for someone to reach out and help them. And so just looking at some of our stats here, and I can go into detail on this. And if you want more information, please reach out to your coach on this or the person that invited you. It's just 57% of people that become coaches and are active coaches just by helping people and not adding much time and taking that next step in their health journey. They had almost $10,000 of income a year. How many of you guys, by saying I'll work some extra hours or this, that, or the other, can get a $10,000 a year raise and enjoy what you're doing with it and have it be part of your health? 40% of people add an average of $12,000 a year, and then so on. 31%, 17%, and the average, the people that come on and really actually try to, actually work at this in a part-time format usually help somewhere between probably 15 and 25 people, somewhere in that respect, and they're usually making a pretty what the American average income is, which is truly phenomenal because I could go into so many different things, but one thing I am passionate about is healthy finances. And I won't go into extreme examples of this, but just one example to give you an idea. 50%, we have a divorce rate in this country, over 50% in this country. And over 50% of that, people that are divorced, link that back to unhealthy finances and stress of finances. And you think just by giving someone their health back, not only all the things that increase in their life, how happy they are, how great of a spouse they are, the extra energy they have to give, the extra time. I remember, Dan, your mom getting healthy really lended herself to being able to play with her grandkids again. And you can just see how every aspect of your life gets better through this process. So that's really, it's kind of hard, and we definitely didn't do it all justice, especially I know Bobby, Dan, Mike, Laura, you all agree with me probably on this, is I couldn't do it all justice tonight, but hopefully you guys being on tonight helps you learn a little bit more about what it is we're doing and what this crazy community is all about. So where do you go from here? Well, get in contact with the person that brought you on here tonight. If it's your coach, just thank them for layering you into one more area of our community and being plugged into a healthy, piece of information you could be learning on tonight. If you're interested in coaching, please reach out. I didn't think that I would ever become a coach. And I think I told my mom no for like 4 years. And I'm really glad that she kept asking because I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And if you are looking at our program, the best question you can ask and reach out to the person that invited you is, what would it look like for me to do this program? These are what the things that I'm concerned about, because we don't want to tell you to do anything. We don't want to make you sign up. We want to help you find the value and take the steps that help you move forward in your health and the aspects that are important to you. So I just want to thank everyone that came on tonight, everyone that came in to learn more information, and all of my guest speakers who shared just a fraction of what's changed in their life and all the people that they've helped. So with that being said, guys, have a healthy night. Hope you guys learned some good information, and don't forget to get some good rest tonight. Another healthy habit of sleep. Good night, everybody.